Hello guys, we are working on 1.3, solving equations with variables on both sides. So here's our checklist. It's kind of the same as, well, it is the same as 1.1 and 1.2. We need to look for parentheses. We'd have to deal with those first. Then combining any like terms. Then we're going to add or subtract and then multiply or divide to solve for that variable. So if we look at our first example here, we have x plus 16 equals 9x. Notice that on both sides of the equal sign, we have a variable, which is no bueno. We don't want that. We want to have our x on one side of the equal sign. While we look at our checklist, we do not have any parentheses. There are no like terms to be combined here or here. So we need to add or subtract. So what we're going to do is we are going to move our variable. Move the variable to one side. Doesn't matter which side. You could move this one over here or this one over here. Doesn't matter. But because this 1x is smaller than 9x, I'm going to subtract x from each side. This is a positive x, so I can subtract it. Okay, that was step 3 up here on our checklist, to add or subtract. So we use subtraction. All right, and whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. So what that does is it cancels out right here. And I'm going to bring down my 16 equals. And if I have 9x minus 1x, that leaves me with 8x. All right, now go to your next step on your checklist. You need to multiply or divide. Well, if this says 8 times x equals 16, remember times, you're going to use the inverse operation. So we're going to divide each side by 8. And when we do that, it'll cancel out here. I'm going to bring down my x and my equal sign. 16 divided by 8 is 2. So my answer is 2 equals x, or x equals 2. That is my final answer. If we were to check it, I'd plug in the 2 for my x values in my original equation. So I'm going to scroll this down a little bit, and I'm going to write my original x plus 16 equals 9x. So I'm going to plug in my 2 plus 16 equals 9 times 2. Let's see what happens here. 2 plus 16 is 18. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 equals 18. Check. It works.